So I'm not going to go into types of governing system, the history, or whether you're in love with your current government, where you think it's serving the people or not. That's not the forum that I'm discussing right now. Obviously, we're in a pandemic and lockdown. There's a lot of time that we all have to reflect, and part of that reflection is obviously on ourselves, but also on the type of people that rule over us. Are they doing the right thing? Are they not doing the right thing? And again, that's your own personal judgment. Where you live, are you happy with your government, or you're not happy with your government? Obviously you can see the virtue of socialism, you can see the virtue of capitalism. I feel that there requires a marriage of both. There are extreme cases of both, and both are not healthy. But anyway, this opportunity has given me time anyway to reflect upon myself, and also to reflect on this, what I term as the coming new world. And this coming new world, I am lecturing, preaching, again, depending on how you see it, on what I feel is a new type of world that is coming. And it involves new governance, it involves new mathematics and new science, which I'm happy to have developed, and it also involves new religion, what I term as the one God, one religion, which is a faith-based religion. So anyway, these course of lectures I'm going to go over, and I'm going to pretty much just say off the top of my head and from my heart. So it's not rehearsed, etc. So what you're hearing is directly from the horse's mouth. So the first thing I'm going to talk about today is about a new governance system. Specific. Do we need government? I mean, ideally, in a utopia world, we should all be living happily, merrily, in union with each other, in love with each other, and no one should need to tell us what to do. But we don't live in a utopia. We live in the reality, and the reality is, we need some sort of governing system, to build your roads, to build your hospitals, to take care of enormous entities that individually we cannot take care of. We can take care of ourselves, we can take care of our families, and that's the kind of focus that we need to have. But on a larger scale, on a nation scale, on a continental scale, on the scale of the world, we do need an infrastructure that will help make sure that everything is governed, that the laws of our land is properly adhered to, etc. So we do need a ruling class. But I believe the check and balance of current governance is not in a healthy state of mind. I totally believe in democracy. I lived most of my life in democracy, but even there, I believe that democracy is corrupted, that votes are paid for by money, not by policy, not by good politician, but, to be blunt, by corrupt politician. Is essentially the one with the most amount of money can buy the most number of votes. I personally don't think that's a healthy state of mind. Again, it is not a go at capitalism, at democracy. I do feel liberated. I'm sort of happy in the democracy that I live in. Just give background history. I was born in Singapore, which I'm very proud of. It is a socialistic governance system, and it's one of the best systems in the world. But again, every system has its virtues, every system has its bad flaws. So I'm not here to cover the ground. I'm here to cover what I feel is a new system that I feel will be able to bring in the balance and checks and allow the citizens to have a fair say in the government. So my new governance system is relying on three different branches. So just like the US system, we have this three branches that's supposed to bring balance and check. We obviously have the Congress, which is an elected power. We have the executive, which is headed obviously by the president, which again is elected power. And then we have the judicial system that again is supposed to obviously oversee that the laws are properly carried out. Again, I'm not here to go over the history or the virtue of it. I feel that the system is out of whack, my personal opinion. So what I have is again, 3 different checks and balances government. There is what I term as academia. Yeah, I come from academia field. I believe smart people should be allowed to govern, just like a captain of a ship. You know, if you have a ship, you're going on board a ship and the ship is sailing through rough seas. I personally want a smart, experienced captain at the helm. I don't want the crew or the passengers taking votes at, you know, which direction we should be sailing to, which rock we should be avoiding. I definitely do not believe that. So I have a strong emphasis on having smart, wise, mature people, experienced people. That is part of our governance system. So I believe that they get into government through certification, that they have to certify themselves as being intellectually smart, wise, etc. So obviously it's a smaller pool, but it's just like the captain of a ship. You only have one captain on a ship. The ship could have thousands of people, but you only have one captain. And similarly, a nation of millions, I believe a handful of very smart, wise people should be allowed to have a say in how the whole system, because they're wise enough, they're intelligent enough to assess all the data, the complexity of life, etc., and give a intellectual argument of what is the right route. Okay, but they're just one branch. There's just 1/3 of the branch. The other third of the branch is what I determine as the bureau. Now the bureau are life bureaucrats, they're nominated. So whereas academia is by certification, the bureau is by nomination. So they are nominated. So again, they are career professionals. So just like analogy against on a ship, you have the captain who's a smart captain, who's got experience, who's wise, who knows how to navigate through rough seas, etc. But he needs experienced, expert people to work in the boiler room, to steer, to navigate. Those people are experienced. Again, you can't just drag some passenger off a street and say, here, look at the chart and try and navigate us out of a storm. You need experience, wise talent to do their specific job. So I believe within a government, you do need that career expertise to ensure that they know exactly what they're supposed to do. So that branch of the government is by nomination, and that's the bureau. And then the last branch, obviously, I do believe in democracy. I obviously, if you hear me say, I'm obviously don't think that democracy is always working the right way, especially when money buys vote. As Socrates, the Greek philosopher, said, he was totally opposed to democracy because he thought people that do not know the subject matter should not be allowed to vote on it. But I'm obviously not opposed to democracy, and I believe there should be a facet of it that allows the people to have a voice. So the third branch of the ruling class will be the Congress, and that will be an elected branch. So that is how I determine the holy trinity of governments, is that you have a academia of wise men and women that is certified to, obviously the qualifications, etc. Then you have a bureau of career craftsmen, talents that are knowledgeable in their specific tasks, and that is done through nomination. And then the third branch of the governance will be by election through the Congress. So those three branches is like this holy trinity, will encapsulate various sectors within the governing system. So there'll be at the center the executive. So again, you could call it the president or the prime minister or whatever term. So he will be the executive, but the executive will be nominated by all three branches. So again, the check and balance. Now within those three branches, they will control, manage the branch of the administration, the branch of legislation, and the branch of the judicial. So that's how I determine the holy trinity of the ruling class for this new coming world, which I believe will provide a perfect check and balance for governance that will provide fair, righteous, and good governance for all the people, for the people. So that is what I feel is needed in our coming new world. So over the coming weeks, over the coming months, I will go into more detail exactly how each of these branches work, how they marry together in this holistic model to give the people the real righteous governments that they should be, they should have, to be honest with you. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the coming ride with me over the coming weeks, over the coming months, and obviously I welcome any debates, etc., because these are very, very important issues. The important issues for humanity, the important issues for even our planet, because how humans behave obviously affects our planet. So it's not just for our future, it's literally for the future of this planet. So thank you very much again, and I hope to see you again in the coming weeks and months on this ride that we're on. Thank you.